Hey everybody, Danielle Carlson from Rooted Studio in Platteville, Wisconsin. And I just got done with a run. I'm sweaty and gross and I just feel like I need to stretch out. So I decided to record this as a good leg stretch that you could use after a run, or if you just want to stretch your legs out any given day of the week. We're going to start standing, taking your feet about hip distance apart, picking up your toes, spreading them wide, placing them back down, rooting into the four corners of your feet. Take your shoulders, bring them up towards your ears, pinch them back, drag them down. Your palms automatically start to roll forwards when you do that motion, so try and maintain that. Loosen up the shoulders a little bit. You don't have to keep them pushing down. Extend up through your torso, lengthen your spine. It's like there's a little string at the crown of your head pulling you up. And close your eyes or keep them soft. And just begin to check in with your breathing. If you just got done with a workout, make sure that your breath is controlled and slow. Notice the way your lungs feel today as they fill up. Feel the openness across your chest with your shoulders rolled and pulled back. Notice if you're projecting your low ribs, your belly, your pelvis forwards. Make sure that you're in a straight line, pulling that in, gently tucking the tailbone under. Take the biggest breath in that you can. Hold it at the top and exhale out your mouth. One more time, and when you inhale, make sure it's your belly that pushes forwards. Inhale. Hold it at the top and release. Keeping your eyes closed or soft on your next inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Keep your shoulders down, but reach up through the fingertips, biceps to ears. Try and work straight elbows, really root down through the feet. Lengthen the torso, maybe even wiggle a little bit side to side to help lengthen up, up, up. Let your shoulders draw up a little bit now, maybe turning your head up towards your hands. Continuing to breathe. One more breath in. Exhale, turn your palms out and gently sweep them down on the exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep them down. One more. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, as you sweep them down, bend your knees, forward fold. Let your head hang. Give yourself a generous bend in your knees here. With your hands either on the floor or on blocks, begin to push one knee back, straightening the leg, and then the other, just alternating gently into the hamstrings. Shoulders away from ears. Bring both feet down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step up to the top of your mat if you're not already there. A nice slow sun salutation, just to bring a little more movement in, beginning to lengthen the muscles before we start to dig in and get a little more focused. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. Inhale, hands on shins, flat back, look forward. Straighten your knees here now. Keep pushing your hands into your shins, sending the crown of your head forwards, your hips back, shoulders away from ears. Keep pushing the legs back. Exhale, forward fold, bring a bend. Step back into plank. Breathing in. Full exhale. Breathing in. Lower down. Keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows pointing back, preparing for cobra. Take your big toes together, take your heels together, push the tops of your feet into the mat, squeeze your thighs, activate your legs, and on an inhale, draw your shoulder blades together and back, pulling you up into a small cobra. Keep your legs active, toes pushing down, thighs squeezing, keep breathing. Shoulders away from ears. Exhale, lower. Untuck the toes. Push back, down dog. In down dog, come up on your tippy toes. Take your butt, take your tailbone, and roll it up towards the ceiling. I don't know if you can see that action on me if you watch for a sec. My tailbone here is facing a little more straight, and I want to draw it up when I come onto my toes, like that. Lengthens the back of your legs. And then straighten your legs from there, keeping the lift of the tailbone, front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Push into your hands, lengthen your arms, lengthen your spine. Take your chest closer to your thighs. Draw your heels down. From your down dog, raise your right leg up. Hi, buddy. And send your foot through, coming into a low lunge. So you can have your hands under blocks, on the blocks here if you would like, but we want a nice big stretch in the hips and the thighs because again, I just got done with a run and I need to stretch my legs. So really push the left foot back, really dip into the hips here. Allow yourself to feel a stretch, the bottom of the thigh, maybe across the front of the other thigh, that's back. Look forwards, nice flat back. Begin to drop the back knee, untuck the toes, and walk back. Send your heel forwards. Now you could do blocks here. I usually do blocks under my hands for this pose, but right now I'm going to stay leaning forwards, pushing my heel back, pulling my toes back as well, finding a nice stretch along the bottom of my leg. If you have a wall, you could use a wall or a chair, anything. Sometimes having a flatter back and folding from here creates more of a stretch. Coming back forwards, lifting up the back leg, step back, down dog. Left leg up, send it through. Pushing the right heel back, dipping the hips. Left knee pushing forwards. Look forwards, flat back. Really feel the length. Drop the knee. Begin to walk back. That's Dublin. He usually isn't in here with me during videos because he can be loud. My other cat is quiet and good during yoga videos and classes and such. We'll see how long this lasts. Push the left heel forwards, pull the left toes back. So as you can see, I'm using the wall because I want a little more support, a little bit of a flatter back. Just trying to pull up the floor tiles. Hey. Walking forwards back into your lunge, and then down dog. Send the right leg up. Bring your knee to your wrist on the right side. Swing the foot over and in for pigeon. Hey. So if you can't get the right hip down for pigeon, you can always slide a block there. You can come down further, you could put a block underneath your forearms. You could come all the way down to the ground if you can make it. Really let yourself settle in to the pose. I could feel myself holding some tension in my hips, so I'm trying to, first of all, not be so distracted by my cat, but second of all, to relax into that hip and allow it to open a little bit. We'll come back up. Work your way back into tabletop, slowly drawing the leg back. That can be a deep stretch and sometimes it can be hard to get out of. And just take a couple cat-cow here before we go to the other side. And then you'll push up into down dog. Send the left leg up. And bring your knee to your wrist, turning the foot in, dropping down. And settle into your pigeon. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere and if you can let that release. And you open up your hip just a little further. Relentless. That's what you are. Untuck your toes, slowly draw back into tabletop. And find a couple cat-cow. We'll come to a seated position next. Working into square, so take your left leg so it's parallel to the front of the mat. Stack your right leg so knee is on ankle on both sides. If you can't sit like this, you can just sit in simple cross legs. Walk your hips back once you're here. Sit up nice and tall, inhale. And on an exhale, begin to walk forwards. So for me, I'm trying to keep a flat back right now. Letting my hamstring be outside, my T-band kind of release a little bit and lengthen first. And as I can feel it opening, I'm going to come a little bit deeper. You could let your head hang, you could put your head on a block. Just make sure you're not holding any tension in your jaw. Come back up. Mr. Dublin. Switch sides. You are a little more of a demon cat than Saber is. Yes? Stack your ankles with your knees. Walk your hips back if they've turned under a little bit. Sit up nice and tall first. Inhale. And on your exhale, walk forwards. Should feel it on the outer left thigh. I think he's off camera, but you can probably still hear him playing. Come back up. Unstack your legs, bring the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. Walk your hips back. starts to put you in a forward fold already. So take your feet a little bit further away than you normally would and fold into this. You could bring your head down to a block. And come back up. Stretch your legs long, come onto your back. And just reach both arms out. Nice big good morning stretch. Reaching through the fingers, through the toes. Bring your hands back down by your sides. Bend your knees. Let both knees drop to the right. Try and keep both shoulders down. Maybe even look to your left. And come back up to center. Go the opposite direction. Both knees drop to the left. Trying to keep the shoulders down. Perhaps looking to the right. Bring both knees up. If you've turned your head, look up towards the ceiling. Draw your knees in, come into a little ball, maybe bringing your nose up. Release your head if you brought it up, coming into happy baby. Pulling your knees up towards your armpits. Maybe rolling a little bit. And straighten your legs. We'll do a brief shavasana here. Make sure that your low back is touching the ground as much as you can. So tuck your tailbone under. Gently roll your shoulders under. Let your feet roll out to the sides. Palms up. And take a couple breaths here. Bring your hands onto your torso. Take one more deep breath in and out. Bend your knees. Pause here for a moment before turning onto your side. Coming into a fetal position. Taking a breath here. Pushing up into a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Crown of your head reaches up. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.